If you're thinking about buying a home, here's something really important that you should know about. And that something is closing costs. Now, in this video, we're going to explain what closing costs are, how much they're going to set you back, and why are they even a thing. Let's break it down so you don't get caught off guard on the day of closing. And my name is Jomar Concepcion, and I'm part of the Friendly Real Estate Group here in Central Florida. If you or your family are looking to relocate to the area or move within it, give us a shout. We'd love to help you guys out. Now, picture this. You found your dream home, you signed a contract, and now it's time to seal the deal. But wait, a mysterious list of fees shows up. Those are your closing costs. In simple terms, those are the final expenses that you pay to officially transfer ownership of the property into your name. Now let's dive into the main categories of closing costs and what each one of those covers. The main one, the first one, is going to be your lender fees. Now this is only for people that are using a mortgage to purchase the property. If you're buying cash, this won't apply to you. These are the fees that the lender charges to process and approve your loan. They include things like the loan origination fee, and this is a fee for preparing your loan, which typically ranges between 1% to 3%. And then you have your application fee, which is typically a flat fee that you pay for just applying, which can also vary by lender. The second set of fees are going to be your title and escrow fees. These are the fees that are going to protect your ownership and ensure that the transaction goes over smoothly. The first one in that is going to be your title insurance. This is going to protect against disputes over ownership. Think of it as a shield for your property rights. Now, if you're buying in Florida, typically, customarily, the seller pays for those title insurance fees, but not always. Make sure that you and your realtor find out beforehand who's covering those fees. Now, settlement fees as well. These are going to cover the cost of either the attorney, or here in Florida, we mostly use title companies for them to handle all of the paperwork for the transaction. The next set of fees are going to be your government fees. We all love Uncle Sam and we love giving him as much money as we can, right? These fees are going to go to the state. You're going to have your recording fees on there, which are charged to officially record your deed with the county. And then your taxes as well. These are going to include doc taxes, documentary stamp taxes. They're called doc stamps typically, which are calculated based on your purchase price. And then you're going to have your fourth set of fees there, which are going to be your prepaid expenses. These are going to be the costs that you pay up front on future expenses, such as property taxes, which are often prorated to cover the rest of the year. And then your homeowner's insurance is another good example, which is typically going to cover the first year of coverage paid at closing, which is a requirement by mortgage companies to kind of protect themselves and make sure that, hey, you've got a year paid up front there on insurance. It's important to have insurance. The bank wants their property insured. Their property technically, because they do own the mortgage. Now that we know what's included, let's talk some numbers. Closing costs in Florida usually range anywhere between 2% to 5%. So on a $300,000 home, you're going to be looking at anywhere between $6,000 to $15,000. Now, why it's such a big range? It really depends on factors like the price of the home, lender policies, and even your county. Now, here's a twist. Who pays for these costs can vary. So we're going to backtrack a little bit in a second here. But in Florida, sellers often, like I mentioned before, cover the title insurance and deed-related expenses, while buyers handle lender fees and prepaid expenses as well. But this is all negotiable. And one really important thing that you need to do, and we're going to cover here on ways to save money, is shop around for lenders. Not all lenders are the same. Some lenders charge 3%, some charge 4%, some only charge you 1%. It's incredibly important that you shop around lenders so you find out how much you're going to be paying them at the closing table. The second thing that you can do is negotiate. Ask the seller to cover as much of those closing fees as possible. It can happen. It has happened. I've had deals where the seller covers all of the closing costs. And then the other one is review the disclosure form carefully. You will get a form before closing that's going to show all of the expenses, all of the credits, and all of the debits on there. And you really want to make sure that you review that. This is all being handled by humans, and humans make mistakes. Make sure to double check them. Now, with that being said, guys, here in Central Florida, my sister and I, in the Friendly Real Estate Group, we work a lot with buyers that are relocating to the area or even moving just here within Central Florida, and we love new construction. One of the reasons why we love new construction is because closing costs typically don't exist because the builder usually pays all of them. So just something else there for you to consider, especially in this time right now where builders are trying to sell as many properties as possible and the sales aren't coming around as easily as they were back in 2021 and 2022. So now that you're ready to take on closing costs like a pro, if you have any questions or tips of your own, some of you guys are experienced buyers and sellers, drop them down in the comments below. And if you're buying in Florida, make sure to like, subscribe, and hit the bell for notifications so you don't miss any more expert advice when it comes to buying or selling real estate here in Florida. Thank you so much for watching. My name is Jomar Concepcion. I hope you have an amazing day. We'll see you guys in the next video.